Man, where the hell has this movie been all my life? Hey everybody, welcome to another review, and today I will be reviewing The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes, Nightmare Before Christmas, this came out in the year 1993 and was written and produced by the one and only Tim Burton, and was not directed by Tim Burton. No. Instead was directed by Henry Selick, who I believe just give me a minute. Yes. He was the director of Coraline and James of the Giant Peach as well. I just had to make sure if that was true, but yeah. And this movie stars Danny Elfman, who of course also does the music. Chris Sarandon, Catherine O'Hara, Paul Rubens, and Ken Page. Okay, so, alright. Nightmare Before Christmas, yes. Alright, so this movie is very beloved. A lot of people love this movie. They grew up on it. I, unfortunately, didn't grow up with this movie. Unfortunately, I didn't. It's weird, too, because I did grow up with Tim Burton, some of his movies. Like I know as a kid I watched Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and also his remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And I think whenever I was a little bit older, I watched Edward Scissorhands. But yeah, I knew who Tim Burton was as a kid, but I didn't grow up with Nightmare Before Christmas for some reason. In fact, I didn't even watch it until just recently. At age 23, that's how old I am. I just now got around to watching it. I knew about it. I think I knew the story, and I knew some of the characters and some of the songs as well. But I never, up until now, watched this movie. I think I might have seen like some of it in school at one point, but I know I didn't watch the whole thing in school. So, yeah, it took me until now to finally watch this movie. And you want to know my opinion on this movie, on Nightmare Before Christmas? It's very good. It's very good. I enjoyed it. I did. I very much enjoyed it, and I wish I did grow up with it, but I didn't, unfortunately. I didn't. But yeah, I wanted to watch this movie, I figured, well, since Christmas is coming up, I might as well watch this movie. Now, I know some people debate whether or not this is a Christmas or a Halloween movie. I mean, despite having Christmas in the title, it's kind of, I don't know. It might be more suitable for Halloween because of the setting and the characters and stuff. They're all like Halloween themed characters and whatnot, and it takes place in what's called Halloween Town. So, a lot of people would probably say this is more of a Halloween movie, but I would say it's actually both. This is both a Halloween and a Christmas movie. I missed out reviewing this during Halloween, but I'm doing it for Christmas now. I do consider it as a Christmas movie and also a Halloween movie as well, but like I said, it's both. But yeah, anyways, so I guess I'll talk about the plot the best I can. So like I said, this takes place in what's called Halloween Town, and in charge of Halloween in Halloween Town is whose name is the Pumpkin King, whose name is Jack Skellington, who I didn't know. I knew who Jack Skellington was, even like as a kid. I've seen him before, but I'd never seen this movie until now. But yeah, he is voiced by actually two people. His speaking voice is Chris Sarandon. But his singing voice is actually Danny Elfman. And Danny Elfman, those y'all don't know who Danny Elfman is, I think most people probably do. But he is a composer for most of, if not all of Tim Burton's films, and he also was the frontman for a 80s new wave band called Oingo Boingo. So he can sing and play music, and yeah. Anyways, and I'll talk about him in a minute, but Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King, he's in charge of Halloween every year for Halloween Town. He is getting tired of Halloween every year. So he discovers Christmas and he decides that him and everyone in Halloween Town should take over Christmas this year. And it doesn't go according to plan. That's all I'm going to say without spoiling. If that does spoil, I apologize. But I think most people have seen this movie, but I won't get into too much spoilers, just in case you haven't seen this movie. But because it took me a long time to see this movie myself. So yeah. Anyways, but yeah, that's basically, I guess, the main idea of this film. And pretty cool idea for a story. I like it. So yeah. All right. So, like I said, this is a very good film. This is a very good stop motion movie. I love stop motion, man. I think stop motion is really cool. Like a really cool form of animation. Like if it's done right, it's amazing. Like it's a really hard thing to do because you have to like basically take pictures of like every single frame, of like a character even walking and stuff. That's pretty hard to do. Even I have actually tried stuff like that before, and it's not easy. It really isn't. So every time I watch a stop motion animated film, I love it because it's just so cool, Stop motion is really cool. And yeah, so I don't really have any negatives to give this movie. Now, I'm not going to give this like a real high rating, but not because I don't like this movie. I do like this movie. I don't know. It'll just get a little, I mean, not like really low, but it'll get, you'll see the rating later, but at the end of the video. But anyways, but I have a lot more positives. I can't really think of much negatives, honestly. I think one maybe nitpick, but that's about it. But I'll go ahead and start, of course, with the stop motion is amazing, like I said, and just the way it looks too. The how the characters look and how the setting, the landscape and stuff. It's just so cool. Halloween Town especially looks awesome, but even Christmas Town looks really cool as well. And it's just a really cool looking film. And it holds up even to this day. This was, this came out in 93. Now, like some other, stop motion movies like Coraline, which is, directed by the same director, Henry Selick. It looks a little bit better than this. And even like Wes Anderson's Fantastic Mr. Fox looks better than this. But this is still very, very good looking. It looks amazing even to this day, the stop motion. But yeah, that was great. And of course, I gotta say the music. This is a musical, and I'm not a big musical fan. I like animated musicals, like some Disney musicals, like Aladdin and stuff like that. Those are good, but I'm not a big fan of like live action. But of course, this is of course an animated musical. So yeah, I really liked the music in this movie. All the songs were really good. My favorite song is either Kidnap the Santa Claus or the Oogie Boogie song. Yeah, sung by the villain Oogie Boogie, which I'll get to him in a minute. But one of those, I don't know. I don't know which one I like better, but one of those is my favorite. But yeah, very good music, and Danny Elfman, like I said, does the singing voice for Jack Skellington, and his voice is really good. He can sing, man. He really can. He can sing, not just like write good songs. He can also sing, and I loved his voice. And I can't even really tell the difference between Danny Elfman's singing voice and Chris Sarandon's speaking voice. Like, they both sound exactly the same. Like, I couldn't tell that it's two different people voicing Jack Skellington. So yeah, that was really good. They both sounded great. But Danny Elfman even better. You know, his singing was amazing. Even Catherine O'Hara, who voiced the girl Sally, who's like this Frankenstein monster girl, and I liked her character. She was really cool. She was voiced by Catherine O'Hara, and I believe she even sings. I'm pretty sure she actually sings. I didn't even know she could sing. I know Catherine O'Hara from like Home Alone and Beetlejuice. You know, she was in those, and I think she was even in Monster House, I believe. But yeah, I knew her from those movies, and I didn't even know she could sing. Her voice sounded really good, and I liked her voice acting too. But yeah, all the songs are great. Like I said, I knew some songs before I watched this. I think the only ones I knew though were the opening song, "This Is Halloween," and also "What's This," the song that Jack sings whenever he's in, Christmas Town. I knew those songs, but everything else I never really heard before. But I really liked. I loved the music a lot. Probably, well, the music and animation's definitely the best things about this movie. Can't really think of what else. Well, the story. The story's also very good, like I said. And voice acting is good. The singing's better, but the voice acting is also very good. Yeah, I can't really think of what else to say. This is just a very well-made film. And even the length of the film doesn't really bother me too much. This is only like 76 minutes or something. It's really short, but most animated films are short, so because they're hard to make, and especially with a stop motion film, that's even that would be even harder. So I can't blame it for being short. I think pretty much all stop motion films are short, but I get it. It makes sense. So I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't really have any complaints about that. I think the only nitpick I kind of have with the movie is my favorite character. My favorite character isn't Jack Skellington or Sally. I do like those characters too, though. Don't get me wrong, but my favorite character in the movie is Oogie Boogie, the villain. But however, my nitpick or whatever is the fact that he's not really in it too much. Only in the third act. I kind of wish they showed him a little bit more. Especially in the beginning of the film. I wish they showed him a little bit more. But other than that, though, I still loved the character. He was really cool. He's played by, what's his name? Ken Page, I think is his name. Give me a minute. Yeah, Ken Page. And his voice sounds really good, too. He has his own song in the movie, like I said. And that's that and Kidnap the Santa Claus, which were sung by the trick-or-treaters who work for Oogie Boogie. That was a great song too, but I also really like the Oogie Boogie song, and his voice is so cool, the way he sounds and stuff. Even when he talks, he sounded awesome. But yeah, his both the speaking and singing voice. I'm guessing Ken Page did both, but yeah, he was very good. I really liked his voice acting and singing, I just love the character. My only complaint though, or nitpick, because but I'll say that in a minute. But yeah, is because he wasn't in the movie for that long, unfortunately. But it's a nitpick and not really much of a complaint because I get why, because like I said, this is a short movie and it was also very hard to make, so stop motion. So I get it. I get why he's not in it enough. I just wish he was. But other than that, though, like I said, still love the character, and I don't really have any other complaints or nitpicks other than that. This is pretty much, I would say this is pretty much a masterpiece. Pretty much. For an animated film. This is one of the best animated films I have ever seen. One of the best stop motion movies I've ever seen. Maybe my favorite stop motion movie? I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen too much. I would say either this or maybe Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Well, that's claymation, but still. But yeah, I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was great, and I wish I grew up with it. Unfortunately, I didn't, but at least I finally got to see it. And yeah, I get it. I get why a lot of people love this movie. This is an amazing film, and it's just so cool. Yeah, so I don't really have anything else to say other than this is a great film, and if you haven't seen it, I do highly recommend it. Just an amazing animated film. Everybody should see this movie. Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm gonna go ahead and give it its rating. So I'm gonna give The Nightmare Before Christmas, unfortunately, not even a 4-star rating. Maybe the more times I see it, maybe it'll get there, and it might even get the 5-star. Who knows? One of these days, or close to there at least, maybe 4.5. But right now, it gets a 3.5. 3.5 stars. I'm giving Nightmare Before Christmas. Actually, I actually saw this twice. I just now watched it for the second time. First time I watched it, I actually gave it a 3-star rating. But then the second time, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it 3.5. So yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas gets a 3.5-star rating. Great film. Highly recommend, like I said. Yeah, go watch it if you haven't already. Yeah, so good. All right, there we go. There's my review for The Nightmare Before Christmas. So in the comments, tell me, have you seen Nightmare Before Christmas? Have you not? If not, again, highly recommend. Also, let's see. I guess, what's your favorite stop motion or animated film or whatever? This might be my favorite stop motion movie. I don't know yet, but yeah, what's your favorite stop motion movie? And what's your favorite, Henry Selick film? I've seen Coraline, and I think I like this better in Coraline. So yeah, this is probably it for me. And I also watched James and the Giant Peach, which is okay. Wasn't a big fan of it, but yeah, what's your favorite Henry Selick film? And why not? What's your favorite Tim Burton film? Since he was very involved with this film. So, and a lot of people think that this is a Tim Burton movie that, he directed, but he didn't. So, and I am working on a Tim Burton ranking, but I won't include this in it because he didn't direct it. So yeah, sorry, but yeah, I won't include this in the Tim Burton ranking. But anyways, what's your favorite Tim Burton film of all time for me, at least at the moment? We'll see whenever I finish the ranking. But right now, it's Pee-wee's Big Adventure. But also, if you include this with everything he's done, this movie here, this would be probably in my top 5. But like I said, I won't include this in my ranking. So yeah. But anyways, yeah. What's your favorite Tim Burton film? Okay. So please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. And I'll see you. I'll see you next time for a list of some sort. I don't know what yet, but we'll see. Anyways, I'll see you then. Okay. Peace.